You gonna turn your phone down? Is Siri on again, or?
I didn't turn my mic on.
Well, are we on?
Yeah, you guys are on.
Okay, all right.
And I even have it on the right camera too.
How about that? Yeah. It's a first, ladies and gentlemen. It's a first.
It is a first.
All right, welcome everybody to the Giants Coaches Show here on Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson, and we are powered by Red River Communications. If you're able to access Red River Communications cable channel 125, that is our own dedicated channel, so we appreciate you watching on that too as well. Again, I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson here, trying to push the right buttons.
I'm trying to. I'm working on it. I'm learning. I'm new, you know.
Yeah,
it's just like with the refs, pushing buttons.
Come on now. That's not, that was uncalled for right there.
Yeah, we had some conversations off air before you got here, Jeff, and yeah, it was interesting. I do have to say, okay, go ahead.
I have no technicals this year.
Me either.
I thought you were going to get one last
warning.
night. I thought he was going to get one last night. I really did.
No, I was just making some suggestions.
Yeah.
That's all I was.
That doesn't happen very often either.
Just a couple.
Have you got one, you said?
Nope, just a warning.
Just a warning. Well, I got to tell you, while I was setting up to B-Dub, I kind of tipped you over here, your little Giants bobblehead.
Well, you tipped me over.
Yeah, I tipped you over when I was setting up, and I think your neck is crooked, so I didn't try to.
That's why I got sore neck,
right? Right?
Yeah. Voodoo now.
All right, we're joined here now by head coach of the Huskies boys basketball team, Jeff Ralph. Jeff, thanks for joining us and putting up with this show.
Well, that's why I always come a little early, because it's a bit of a comedy show going on before. Watson over there pushing buttons,
yeah,
and starting stuff.
Yeah, forgets to start the music, or he does start. Yeah, it's something.
I don't know. I think he's watching film on one thing.
Yeah.
I should be watching film, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Husky boys, last week, last Thursday, Jeff, we're going to go back all the way back to February 3rd to Thursday. You traveled up to Grand Forks Central. It was a tight game. Was it tighter than it looks? 59-48 loss. How'd the boys do up there?
You know, we couldn't get anything going offensively in the game. It was, we actually, I think, maybe built a 3 or 5 point lead early in the game, and then there was a point where we kind of muddled through, and it was 23 to 26-23. We were down 3 with under 2 minutes to go, and the Pepcorn kid from Central, who was 1 for 7, I think, at the time, from 3. So guess what happens?
Yeah, drained her.
Swish, and then 2 possessions later, another one, and now we're down 9 at half.
Jeez.
And then, you know, we just didn't feel like we had any flow offensively. You know, maybe some credit to their defense. They have a nice player inside, this Eric Pay kid, who sophomore, great athlete, and kind of shut down the lane for us. But and then a couple bigger kids on the perimeter, which, you know, they're not 6'5" like Red River, but they're 6'3", and they caused some trouble for our guys. But we just never really had any flow offensively, and when it came down late, you know, an 8-point game or whatever, you know, we just failed to convert, you know, for whatever. We had some looks at the hoop. We had we had a charge that you know, maybe goes our way and helps us a little bit, but we just, you know, couldn't get a shot to fall, and end up being an 11-point game. And, you know, if you don't score 50, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
And, you know,
if
they don't score 60, they shouldn't win.
Yeah.
So I don't know who deserved to win. They did. They outscored us, but you know, we feel really good about this matchup on Friday night with them. So just kind of one of those games where we just never got going. And when you look back at it, you know, we go up to North on Friday and really offensively played very well. And, you know, you look back and think, well, if we'd have done that last night, we would have won that game. You know, but that's kind of how it goes with high school kids and with any team. You know, sometimes it happens where you just don't have that flow. But I was pleased how we bounced back. You know, the good thing about going up and really not playing well was we got to play again right away, and we played a lot better Friday night against North.
Yeah, North. It was a back-to-back road trip. Even you had to go up to North on Friday night, following the Thursday night up to Grand Forks. So Friday night you go up to North, and like you said, a better offensive output, but the defense might have slipped a little bit here when you give up 84.
And you know, the whole ball game was a 3-point goal, and we went to a little bit of a junk defense to stop Jeremiah Sem from getting in the lane.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid had 46 last night, and we just decided we're not going to let him score. We're not going to let him beat us off the dribble and score that way. And you know, we get home at 11:30 on Friday night, and we bring him in at 8 before school, and walk through how we're going to guard Jeremiah Sem, and I think we did it as well as we could. You know, I think we held him to 15 points, and we shut down Zeller inside. I think he barely got 10 or 12. You know, there's two guys that are scoring about 50 for him, and we did a great job on them, and we left some kids open because we had to. We doubled Sem every time he touched the ball and made him give it up, and so the kids actually executed a game plan very well, but it left shooters open, and I think they had one kid who was 5 of 9 from 3, another kid who was 4 for 7 or something, and you know, those two kids, that's who beat us, not the big names, and that's what we tried to do. We tried to shut the big kid inside Zeller down and shut down Sem, and I think for the most part we did, but we had to pick our poison, and we were hoping they'd miss. You know, we had a point in that game in the second half, I think down 11 with the ball when they hadn't scored, and you know, then Caden Kappas one rims out, and then they go the other way and hit a 3, and now you're back to 14 again, and it's just a struggle. But I really credit the kids on last Friday night for bouncing back after you know, a late night home and just not playing well and not feeling. I didn't feel good at all about the game after. I felt like we let one slip away because they didn't play particularly well either. But I really credit to the kids for being resilient and bouncing back and playing pretty well. And you know what? If we got to outscore somebody, that's going to be hard for us to do. And you know, I think we had 69.
Yeah,
so, it was a decent output for us, but we gave up 84.
And you mentioned something there. You'd shut Sem down and Zeller, but then isn't that the way it is in the EDC now? I mean, it seems like if you shut down some of the key players like the girls did last night, they shut down Schiller to less than what she averages. Pretty soon in EDC, there's somebody else that's going to step up and knock it out of the park for them. Yeah,
and that's what you have to do. If you're going to be successful in the league, you're going to have to do that. Everybody has players, and it's just a matter of if your good players are off, the other guys got to step up. And if they don't, you're going to get beat. And that's really what we were counting on is you know, when you're relying on a 3-point goal, you know, if you go cold, that'll turn against you. And that's really what we were relying on, and the North kids just knocked them down. Yep.
All right, so then last night you went up to Red River 3 in a row. Now you're on the road and lost by 22 on that one, 77-55 again. Just describe that game a little bit.
Well, you know, the only thing better than going to Grand Forks on a Thursday night is going up there on a Tuesday. but you know what? Grand Forks poses so many problems for us because of their size.
Yeah.
You know, Zach Kraft, their point guard, he's 6'2" and shoots the 3 and can drive and score, and you know, so we got to put Caden on him, and then who do you match up with the other guys? Rokamp is 6'5", and so their size causes us problems. And you know, in the first half they turned us over a little bit, and absolutely no second shots for us. And we were okay on the boards, I think, but no second shots for us, and they built a 48-25 halftime lead. Just, I mean, if they, it seemed like if they missed, they got the offensive rebound, and if they were open for a 3, they made it. They shot 8 of 17 from 3, and just a tough matchup. And they were hot. It was parents' night, so they were excited, and all that stuff playing into it. But you know, again, we look at, you know, as a group, what do we want to accomplish, and we kind of did the things we talked about, the things we like to do, but it was just a matter of we just didn't score enough in the first half. You know, we outscored them by 1 in the second half, but when you're down by 25, it's kind of a moot point. But we did outscore them in the second half. I thought, you know, we played okay in the second half. You know, that ball game, Ethan Manock had 23 points, and
good game for him.
We think about the last 2 games at North and at Red River. Ethan has been very good off the dribble, with his back to the basket, going to the basket. Had a nice and 1 on a dunk at North. Was really strong around the basket last night, and you know, and we feel like all right, now coming into Central on Friday night, we got to have that play from him. And then, he had 12 points, or 23 points, he had 11 rebounds,
Double.
4 assists, 4 steals. We had him for 2 blocks.
Wow.
Just stuffed the stat sheet night for Ethan, and 7-8 from the free throw line, which isn't, he sometimes struggles from the foul line, but he had some nice mid-range jumpers, made his free throws, and then around the basket was really strong, and just a great night for Ethan.
Good.
With 23, and just another step forward for the kid, stepping into that role.
You've been looking for that all year long, on it.
We have, and you know what? We're asking him to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want him to score every time he touches it, and then that's going to open up some stuff for Caden and Caden and Blake.
Absolutely, the 2 Cadens will open up then when he starts doing stuff.
Yeah, and we need that inside-outside, and he was really good last night. Hockert had 12. Hit a couple threes, 2 of 2 from the line, had 4 rebounds. And then we drop off, though. We go to 6 with Caden Kappas, 6 points. Again, made both of his free throws, 4 rebounds, had 5 assists. Just a good floor general night for Caden. A tough night for Caden with Reese Rokamp on him, about 6'4", 6'5" kid, and just pressuring the heck out of him. We worry about Caden getting worn out with that full court pressure, and then he's got to flip around and guard somebody like that too. So, I think he sat out a minute, so he got a lot of rest last night for him.
For him,
Jaden King had 4 for us, and then we had Jackson Cluton with 2, Jacob DeVries with 2, Jacob Berndt and Blake Schaefer all with 2, and we played a few guys in that second half, but I really liked our focus, and we were behind big, but we still, we need to build for Friday night. Friday night's a game we can win, and next Tuesday with Valley, a game we can win, and let's build toward those. Let's do the things we have to do, and if we can score 30 and a half against Red River, these next 2 games, we should be able to score that or more, just because of it's not 6-5 on the perimeter. So. I liked what we did. We're disappointed in the 22-point loss, but I really like how we responded, especially in the second half, just sticking with what we want to do and the things we have to do to be successful.
And one thing with your short bench, Coach, that I've noticed watching you guys, the boys don't give up. I mean, it's maybe a 22-point loss, but there's no woe in the mud hole with those guys. They want to keep going.
We had a little bit of a talk midway through that Central game with putting out some energy and effort. I mean, like I said, we just felt like we were just muddling through the game, and we haven't seen that, and we haven't seen it since either. And I don't know what it is. It could be all 17 fans at Central. Maybe you don't create much energy or whatever, but it was one of those nights. But last night, when the game ended, Coach came and he said, that was as good energy as we've had all year.
That's good.
And we need to have that on Friday night against Central. They're coming in, looking to stay in that 7 or 8, 9 spot where they're hosting a playing game, and it's a huge game for them. They have a couple kids. The Pay kid got hurt. Kind of got dinged up in our game, and then the next night didn't play much at all, got hurt, and played sparingly last night against West Fargo. And then one of the Wilbur boys, the little guards, has been out, hasn't played since our game, hurt his ankle in that game. So, I feel like when Friday night at 7:15 comes, they're going to be there dressed and ready to go. They haven't played. They didn't play against Davies and West Fargo, but I think they'll be ready. And you know what? Let's play them with their best players, and let's beat them with their best players.
Let's do it. So you mentioned now that, and we've talked about it already. You got Central on Friday, then on Tuesday you got a doubleheader here. The girls are also taking on Valley City that night as well. So again, an opportunity for your last 2 home games to put a couple of W's on the board. Yeah,
it'd be nice to get a 2-game winning streak going here, and both games at home, and 2 teams that aren't going to score 80 points. We would have a hard time with that if they were. So, I mean, if we can just score the basketball and play defense and rebound like we have in stretches, we'll be just fine the next 2. And I'm excited for the kids. I think they're, after the game last night, there was no moping that we got beat by 22. We had talked about how, we need to approach the second half, and they did it, and I think they felt like, you know what, we're going to be good on Friday night. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
That's good. And then you finish with Shanley and West Fargo. Both of those are away. So a couple of road games and a couple of home games. Brian, you got anything else for Coach here? So.
Any one thing that you want to get out of these last couple games before you're into the playoffs? There?
Well, I think we've gotten kind of established Ethan now, which we've been trying to get that going, and we still now need to have some more contributions from Caden and Blake on the perimeter. We've seen, Jackson Cluton last week played great. Yep. It was really good up at North with 16, and we got to have that again. And he, kind of missing last night with just 2 points. We got to have 10, 12 points out of him, and that many rebounds too. And that kid again tonight, just bouncing around the gym, dunking it in the warm up stuff we're doing, and it's like, well, all right, Jackson, let's keep that going. And he's a piece of clay, and we're keeping molding him and trying to get him to do what we want him to do. And I think they've kind of bought into that now, that we really need to settle in on some post play. We're getting good perimeter play from Caden and Caden. Settle in on some post play and just manage the game a little better.
Yep. All right. Anything else, Brian?
No, I'm good.
All right. Coach, you got anything else?
Nope. Appreciate you guys having me on.
All right. We appreciate you coming in every night here, too. We appreciate it. You're a regular for sure. Central Friday night, and then Tuesday you got a doubleheader with the girls against Valley City at Husky Gymnasium.
We're the early game that night.
Girls the early game.
7:15 or
somebody had some
game.
pull or something to get the late game.
Well,
prime game. I mean, come on.
It'll probably take them that long to figure out the camera up in the booth.
Yeah, there you go. Get me set up.
No. Come on.
All right, Coach. Good luck on Friday against Central and Tuesday against Valley City.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Jeff Ralph, head coach of the Huskies boys basketball team, and I think we got Mackenzie Broadland sitting out in the wings. She'll be right up to talk some girls hockey coming up after these messages.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Around here, every town is a sports town. And why not? Sports were important to us growing up. And we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
Reuters Butcher, Highway 75 North Breckenridge, believes in community, customer service, and the goodness of meat. Reuters Butcher provides quality raised and butchered beef at an affordable price. From raising cattle born on family farms to butchering and preparing the meat for your dinner table, they are that dedicated. Stop into their store located Highway 75 North Breckenridge or check them out online, BrudersButcher.com. It's not too soon to get ready for graduation, and Bold Print in Wahpeton is your graduation headquarters. Everything from signs, banners, invitations, and more. If you're looking for that special personalized gift, Bold Print offers custom canvas prints and framing, And new to Bold Print is their custom decal machine, which is great to promote your business. Give them a call today, 642-2188, or check them out online. Use boldprint.com.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connect.
Got the right button there, Pat?
Got it.
Attaboy.
There we go.
Attaboy. Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody. Powered by Red River Communications on cable channel 125 if you have Red River Communications cable. And welcome again, everybody, here to our studios here. And we want to welcome, on a sad note, V-Dub, we're going to say welcome to Coach Mackenzie Broadland for the last time this season.
Yeah, the girls they're done here.
Yeah, so we were just talking off air here, Coach, that, well, we can talk about it when we're done, but the season is done.
Yeah, it
All
is.
right, so we'll talk about that again in a little bit here,
All
but
right.
let's talk about some really fun, good news. And last weekend, I think we talked about it on the Coaches Show, and I forgot it was in Brookings, but that's where it was. I was thinking Watertown for some reason in my head. But anyway, you went down to Watertown and played one game on Friday, 2 on Saturday. I'm already tired just talking about it. And then the third place game on Sunday.
Yeah.
So talk about first the game that you had on Friday.
Friday night we played Minnetonka, and that was a close game for us. I can't remember the exact scores per period, but it was a close game throughout, and then we ended up winning that one 4-2. So it was a closer game. Very physical. We had a very physical weekend, not what we're used to seeing. So that was quite the challenge for us, but we overcame that quite a bit. And then Saturday morning we played Mitchell, South Dakota.
Okay.
And that was another close one. It was just back and forth scoring throughout the whole game, and it was really anyone's game, another very physical game. And it came down to it. We were tied 6-6 in the third, I think, and Mitchell scored. So they were up 7-6, and then there was like 3 minutes left in the third period. And we made the call to pull our goalie for 6-on-5.
Yeah.
And they scored an empty netter. So
Oh, no.
we held it down on our end for quite a while and had a couple good opportunities, but they just got it out into the neutral zone and fired a shot down and scored an empty netter. So we lost that one 8-6, and that one kind of stunk a little bit.
Yeah, I bet it did. That
Yeah.
one kind of.
But yeah, another really close game, and they fought hard till the end, but just didn't go our way. And then
So now you get a rest for a couple hours and you come back again.
I think we had like an hour and a half
That was
rest.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And then after that, we played the home team of the tournament. We played Brookings.
Oh, sure.
We won that one 11-3. That was a big win for us.
That helped.
Yes. Yeah, it was a nice...
After the tough loss, 8-6, I'm sure that helped the girls. So
It was even in the beginning. I think it was 1-1 after the first period.
Oh, wow.
And then I can't remember the scores after that, but
Sure.
ended up being 11-3. And the whole weekend we just had everyone on board. Everyone was firing shots, scoring, getting assists. People we don't always see on the score sheets, so that was really awesome.
Yeah.
And then that put us at second in our pool. So that put us for
The third, fourth place. Yeah, third, fourth place
Yep.
game.
And then so we faced Omaha on Sunday, and that was another really close game and a lot of back and forth scoring. And then we ended up winning that one 6-5.
Wow. So Coley Schuler had a nice weekend in the
Yeah.
net.
There's
The first game was 4-2, so she had a really good game.
Yep. Yeah. There was just a very good weekend for us, and everyone was on board, like I said. So.
And when you scored 11 goals in game 2, or it was game 3, in game 3, and a bunch more in the other ones, you must have had a lot of the girls offensively doing the right things, like you said. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was just a lot of control in our offensive zone, and then even if they would have a defensive opportunity, we played pretty good on defense and were able to get it going back the other way. And then if they did have a shot, goalie had us in the net. So
that's awesome stuff. All right, so then congratulations on the third place finish for you and the girls. It was nice to see that. And then last night you made another long road trip down to Worthington, Minnesota. Good grief, but it was a good night.
Yeah, we ended on a high note for the season.
You sure
that was
did.
A lot of fun. Yep. So we won 8-3.
Yep.
Another very physical game for us. Something we're really not used to seeing. Usually in physical games, they're kind of slower paced almost. So it really kind of throws everything off for us. And I think after the first period, it was, I want to say, tied at 1. I think it was 1-1.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just like the slower pace kind of really throws us off. We're just used to moving at full speed all the time. Once they slow it down a little bit, we just get, I don't know, we're just kind of all over the place, don't know where to be all the time. So between the first and second period, I was like, we got some work to do here, and they really stepped up in the second and third period, and we were able to get that 8-3 win. Our offense really got going in the third period. Our passing was just phenomenal in the third period.
Awesome.
I think most of the third period goals were off 2 assists, so that was really good to see too.
Wow. Yeah, that was, and I think that was something that Brian and I were amazed with when we watched and did the broadcast of the girls' game is how good the passing was and just how the stick handling. And, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, it's a lot different than a boys' game. There's more contact and, a little more up and down the ice a little bit on the boys' side. But the girls is more of a finesse game, and it's entertaining and fun to watch. And we're looking forward to doing more of those games next year.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, Coach, so now it's the end of the season, and just because you're new into the league or into the Minnesota State High School League, I guess, if you will, you're not allowed to play in the section tournament, correct?
That is correct.
So today you said off air that today was the actual seeding of the section teams.
Yep,
so
their games will start tomorrow night.
They start tomorrow night already. So unfortunately, the BW Blades girls hockey team will be watching from the side. So
yes, that is correct.
That is too bad, but looking forward to next year, of course.
Yep.
All right, so being that you're probably, sadly, your last night with us, let's talk about your senior, the only senior you have. Let's talk about Riley.
Riley, she's just...
What a leader, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. She's just great on and off the ice. She's like one of those irreplaceable people that just kind of leaves a big hole in your team, but you're grateful you had them.
And she's one of those, I'm sure, that not only talked the talk, but she also walked the walk and led by example.
Yeah,
I can just see that in her. I saw it on the volleyball court, and I'm sure she's doing the same thing.
Just always lifting her teammates up, even when we're down, just lifting everyone up.
And Coach Alicia will be back next year?
We'll put the pressure. To be determined. We'll see. We'll see. I hope so, but we'll see.
All right, Alicia, that was pressure on you there. So. All right. Well, Coach, you got anything else there, beat up?
No, just congratulations on a first season, inaugural season, and like I said, we're looking forward to doing more games next year, and looking forward to the team just getting better and better, and hopefully next year playoff eligible, be able to get in there and make a little bit of a run.
What'd you end up, 10-5?
I think
11-5.
In the MSHSL, we were 6-5, but overall, the whole season, all of our tournaments, we were 14-7.
14-7.
Yep.
Not a bad first year, Coach. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're excited to be back next year. So.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to having you back on next year, too. So.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, you got anything else you want to just add?
I don't think so.
All right. Good to have good parent following down to the tournaments, and everybody followed well. And good support crew.
For sure.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, Mackenzie Broadland and the BW Blades girl hockey team. Thanks for coming in again, Mackenzie, and been fun having you on the show. All right. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the BW Blades. That's easy for me to say. BW Blades boys hockey team. That's assistant coach James Bass coming up after this message.
Did you
you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/.
It feels like you're at a bigger university. Right now I won't have any debt, and I might even gain a little extra money through scholarships. There's so many job opportunities. My name is Emily, and I'm here for my future.
Around here, every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers more money for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Tom about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738. OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. Locally owned on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. OSPTI. Did you know there's a local bank customers actually say they love? It's true. People love Bell Bank because they don't slam you with those sneaky fees. Plus, Bell is recognized for the friendliest bank tellers and the best customer service in town. Visit Bell's convenient locations in Wahpeton and Breckenridge or check them out online at bell.bank. Bell Bank, proud to support high school athletics. Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
All right, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody, powered by Red River Communications, cable channel 125 if you have Red River Communications. And I'm Joe Schreiner, that's Brian Watson, and we are joined now by assistant coach of the BW Blades boys hockey team, James Bass. Thank you, James, for coming in again.
Feels like it's been a while.
It has been a while. Yeah, we were unfortunate to get you last week, so we're glad you can make it in tonight.
Yep,
I think Adam, Coach Wertzema, wanted to get home tonight on these icy roads. So.
Yep, he had a long day. He was down at 6-something working with some of the younger kids.
Oh yeah, that's right. He'd mentioned that too the other night at the ball game, or at the hockey game, that he had that. So, guys, I think we're going to just take a second here to pause and remember Braxton Hoffman, who just recently passed away here. Braxton and his brothers, BW Blades teammates, Josh and Josiah, on the team, and we just want to express our sympathies on behalf of Three Borders Sports Network, of the three guys here at this table. We want to express our sympathies and condolences to the Hoffman family, and to Steph and Brad as well, and the two boys. Three boys altogether, but including Dawson. But again, sympathies to all. Tough deal. So. All right, Coach, we'll get started. Last week, we had a game at home against Kitson Central, and we had that game here on Three Borders Sports Network, and I think it was tight after the first period. Unfortunately, it was a loss there for the Blades. But again, it was one of those things where it's like we're right there, and then all of a sudden the wheels come off.
Yep. So that game, I think we scored on one of our first shots. Just kind of went down the ice.
Yeah, that's right. It was
Jack Rittenauer put one in the net.
Yeah, Jack put her in the net there. So 20 seconds.
Yeah, and so
it was a little more than that. But
we had a great start, and then they got one quick back on us, and that's one thing we've kind of struggled with is we'll get it. Well, when we do get one in, it seems like we don't keep the momentum for too long. So first period ended up 3-1. We're down, and then from that point on, we clawed back a little bit here and there, but we just couldn't put as many pucks in the net.
Yep. And I think you had a couple of opportunities on power plays and just couldn't quite get it on the offensive end of the ice, and struggled doing some shots on goal there, even with the power play there. You had a couple of chances. So.
And I think the issue with the power play is, the ice really opens up, and I think when that happens, the penalty killers, they skate a lot more, and then we see the difference in speed between teams.
Oh.
And I think, at that point, it's just tough to come back when you get up a shorthanded goal. Power play is supposed to be a good momentum shift for the team, get you some good looks, and when you're kind of struggling to get out of your end, I think other teams just build on that. And
Yep. So it was an unfortunate loss at home for the boys, and then 1 day rest. I suppose you had a practice on Friday.
Yep.
And then back on the bus, and away you go to Becker.
Yeah, so we went down to Princeton to play Becker, and when they came down here, they were really fast. They were kind of all over us from the get-go. And I think this time we played a little better. We had a little better luck passing the puck, getting out of our end, but we just couldn't put pucks in the net. And again, I think they were just a little better skating team. And
Just a physical game too, or are they bigger physically than? No,
they're similarly sized as us, and they're not overly physical. I think throughout the year we don't play too many physical teams. I think Northern Lakes, they're really on us. That was one of our first games of the year. But otherwise, the teams we play, they're pretty respectable outfits. They play the puck when they can play the puck, and they don't look for any unnecessary hits. And
that's good. Yeah. That adds up. All right, so then Tuesday now, last night, you took on Crookston.
Yep.
And
that was a tough one.
That was a tough one for the boys.
Yeah, so we went up to Crookston pretty short on numbers.
Sure.
We had a couple injuries previous weeks, a couple ineligibilities. So we were pretty short to start with, and they jumped on us pretty quick, got a couple goals in the first period, and then one of our guys put it, we're dropping like flies. We had two injuries throughout the game. In the game,
so you were short a couple to go in.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry if I'm going to assume here, but I'm assuming the Hoffman boys probably weren't there.
They did play.
They played well, bless their hearts. So the boys were there, but then besides that, then you had two other injuries then.
Yeah, so we had two further injuries.
Holy, that's shorthanded.
We had practice today. I think we had, I want to say 9 skaters to start with. Oh my goodness. 8 or 9, so we're really short, And it's not a valid excuse to say, just because we're injured, we're not playing well.
Right.
To start with, we're underdeveloped in our skills. And that's been the main focus of this season, is just trying to bring the individual skill level up. That'll elevate the team level. If we can't catch passes, it's hard to break out. If you can't break out, it's hard to generate offense. So we're really trying to go from the bottom up and just bring our skill level up. I think, hard to say for the seniors, but I think the off season is really going to be the biggest key for
to work on
team,
that and develop those skills. Do they? When you do that in the summer, obviously there's not a sheet of ice around here that's usually up. So what do they do to develop those skill levels? And do they just work out? And I know there's places in Fargo that would probably take them on too as well. So what do they normally do to try and get in that kind of shape?
So in the past years, we've had dryland programs. They haven't been too regimented in the past, but I think this year, Coach Wertzman and I, we're looking at getting a little more regimented program, having some of our older kids hopefully helping out with the younger kids, and really just going through the program to kind of get everybody on the same page, get everybody developing the same skills. So we'll have June and July for that, with the off season that we can work with. So we're hoping to get a lot of sessions in, just shooting pucks, stick handling, working on the leg muscles, and going from there.
Getting that going. All right. So what do you got coming up this week then, Coach?
So we have 4 regular season games left in the season.
Yep.
We're scheduled to go to Hallock on Friday to play Kitson Central.
Yep.
And then Saturday we've got
Lake of the Woods. I
Lake
think.
of the Woods coming down for a long bus ride.
We got that one, right, B-Dub?
We have
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. It's on Three Borders. Yeah.
And then we have Morris coming down, and actually that is our last game. So we got 3 regular seasons left, and then we'll have a week off until
tournament
quarterfinals.
Wow. And that starts soon. So
Yeah.
your season is coming to an end. Not as quickly as the girls because they can't do the sections, obviously, but you have 3 regular season games left. And then Saturday's game against Lake of the Woods will be on Three Borders Sports Network. Brian, you're going to have that one. And I think Raleigh's going to actually cover the hockey game with you.
Yeah, Raleigh and I will have the game on Saturday.
Yep. So that'll
You'll
be good.
be in. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Sunny.
I might be on a golf course at that time. I have to listen. I'll watch on the phone there, buddy.
Yeah.
You heading down south or what?
Yeah, going to Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So taking off for a few days. So yeah, go back to the hockey stuff, and we want to wish you guys good luck. And again, hopefully everything goes all right Friday and Saturday for you.
Yeah.
And again, just a quick thought back again on behalf of Three Borders is Coach Bass to the Hoffman family. Once again on the passing of Braxton, great young man. I knew him on the baseball field more than it. Great kid, and everybody's going to miss him. So condolences to the Hoffman family. All right, Coach, anything else?
No, just to touch on, what you've been talking with Braxton, really puts into perspective things.
It sure does.
It's been a tough hockey season, but there's a lot tougher things in life to deal with.
Amen.
The Hoffman family has been so supportive of us. We had Dawson go through the program.
Yep.
We've got Josh and Josiah right now. They're a big part of our team.
Yep, great kids.
We're all thinking of them, and we hope they know they can talk to us when they need to.
There you go. Well said, Coach. All right, Coach James Bass here with the PW Blades boys hockey team, the assistant coach. We're going to come right back after this commercial break, and we'll have Coach Stephen Lipp of the Cowboys basketball squad coming up next.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent. It's not too soon to get ready for graduation, and Bold Print in Wahpeton is your graduation headquarters. Everything from signs, banners, invitations, and more. If you're looking for that special personalized gift, Bold Print offers custom canvas prints and framing, and new to Bold Print is their custom decal machine, which is great to promote your business. Give them a call today, 642-2188, or check them out online. Use boldprint.com.
Washing your car just got a whole lot cheaper. With All Seasons Car Wash Unlimited plans, you can wash your car whenever you want for as little as $29.99 per month. You can even wash your pet at All Seasons Car Wash. So this winter, keep your vehicle and your pet clean with help from All Seasons Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1300 4th Avenue South, next to Tractor Supply Company in Wahpeton. To enroll in an unlimited car wash plan, please visit allseasonscw.com.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 701-671-1338.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers more money for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Tom about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
That we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota, or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, powered by Red River Communications and Channel 125. And if you've got Red River Communications cable, that's where you can watch us there on Channel 125, our own dedicated channel.
Three Borders Sports Network.
How about that?
I like it.
That's where Off the Cuff can be seen, and select games that we do too as well, and just a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully some stuff in the future here that we can talk about later too. So a lot of stuff going on.
Hopefully we can get to the point where we can replay some of those games.
Yeah, that's going to come too.
Have some replays going, so that's going to be nice.
Yeah, it will be good. So we're going to, some of our games from the past, we'll have those talks later.
You can always go and watch them on YouTube, but
there you go.
We want to get some of those games replayed on 125.
Pretty cool. We're joined now by head coach of the Cowboys basketball team. That's Stephen Lipp. Stephen, thanks for coming in on a cool Wednesday evening.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for you guys' continued support of our dedicated athletes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. We're happy to be a part of it, and it just we'll talk about last night's game here shortly, but I'm sure it was a fun one for everybody. But let's go back to last Friday here. You took on Holly at home. You knew Holly coming in was going to be tough, and it ended up being a tough game for you, but I'm sure your boys gave it all.
Yeah, we hung in there in the first half, made it a typical HOL rock fight. They were switching up their defense a lot. We were switching up our defense, trying to keep things uncomfortable. Kept the margin handable there in the first half, and then in the second half they just really got it clicking on the offensive end, and really did a great job keeping us uncomfortable with the switch ups they had between their 1-3-1 zone, their man defense, and their 2-3. So they really found a way to keep us uncomfortable.
So they really changed it up, like you said. They went from a 1-3-1 to a man to a 2-3, and did they full court pressure too?
In stretches. Yeah.
So they were really mixing it up.
Yep.
Wow. Again, it was a loss there for the Cowboys. What did you learn out of that one there against Holly? Did there anything you're going to take away from that one as a takeaway and say, boys, we got to do better on this?
Well, we didn't rebound great that game, and that's kind of been our issue all season long. We have a great offensive rebound percentage. We get about 30% of our missed shots back from our effort on the offensive glass, but it's not making up much ground on the defensive end, because on the defensive end we're only having around a 60-70% defensive rebound percentage on a nightly basis. So that's 30 to 40% of shots that opportunities that our opponents are getting back. So we got to find a way to get that number to a more manageable number, like 80 or 90%, or ideally 100%.
Turns those into second chance points for them.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you know the stats on that, how many of that turn into second point chance. I'm not going to quiz you on that, but yeah, I heard Brian talk about that many times too, second chance points and how big they are. In fact, that's some of my questions for him tonight. But
I don't want to hear.
So anyway, a loss there against the Holly Nuggets, and then Saturday you were supposed to have back-to-back games, and then Saturday you were supposed to go up to Thief River.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that weather got in the way of that one. We've had some unfortunate luck all season long with the weather. Would have really liked to get that one really would have liked to get down a Thief and play that one. I thought that was one we matched up really well against a 2A opponent. Regardless of how the matchup would have been a pretty good one for us. QRF, QRF-wise, one against a 2A opponent would have helped, but the kids recognize the opportunity they're in, and they got some big ones coming up here against some big opponents, and an opportunity to really show some people what they're about.
All right, so that one's canceled now, not postponed, right?
Canceled. We
so
will not
making it up.
Correct.
So just with this weather that we've had here during the winter, it just couldn't be done, I suppose, with schedules.
No.
And we had the NDSCS Girls Bonanza here on Saturdays, and we heard that Grafton came down to Wahpeton here for the Bonanza. The girls team did, and they said that it was horrible up there. So, but they got back here in the last hour, say from Fargo to here, was better. But I guess that last hour and a half going north was pretty tough. So you probably made the right decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. All right, so then let's click ahead here to last night, and you had a close one, let's say. And I've heard a lot of things about that game, and the Cowboys come away with a 1-point win. So congratulations to the boys and you. And
it certainly wasn't pretty in stretches, but super proud of the kids for the way they battled to find a way in that one. It was a high turnover game in the first half. We could not find. They threw something at us that we weren't necessarily expecting. We haven't seen a lot of zone from. We knew they ran this zone, but we didn't know that they were the type of team that would want to stay in it for a full game. And they made some adjustments out of it. We made adjustments to our offense, and they kept us uncomfortable in this zone. And they really forced us. They told us, the only thing, they had a big guy inside, and they pretty much made it clear early on that, the only way you guys are going to get us is you guys are going to have to knock down shots from the perimeter. And thank goodness for Jack Johnson, Dylan Bernatis, for their willingness to step into some big ones, because they really did step into some big ones for us that in the end was the difference for us.
Yeah, that was big. So they had a big guy kind of controlling the paint area for you, and so it was a little bit difficult there for you. Again, a nice 1-point win there. I'll use it. I'm sure it was much needed, and the boys enjoyed the win.
Oh, absolutely, much needed. Not only for our sake, the kids' sake, but QRF wise, it gave us 5 points. QRF instantly showed up on the QRF this morning. So
are they 2A?
They are 2A.
Yeah, okay.
They are 2A. So it was a huge one for us. It really changes the complexity of the playoff picture here. I wish I could give a solid answer on how the QRF is going to work in the end.
Yeah.
But all I know is down the stretch here, it's going to get really interesting with the QRF.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting for sure. Just taking a look at it, tomorrow now you go against another 2A school, and that's going to be Barnesville.
Yeah, and Barnesville, they're very similar to Minnewaska. They got some big physical bodies inside that really, really physical post players that are very hard to keep off the glass, averaging 5 rebounds a game, 5 offensive rebounds a game. So they really get after it. They find ways to get cheap ones down underneath there. So we're gonna have to really battle and compete even harder than we did last night. They got some guards too that can get downhill and shoot it. So personnel-wise, they're very similar to Minnewaska. That Minnewaska one is one that is going to help us out here on Thursday night.
They had a big guy. I think Brian, you and I did that game, didn't we? Do that Barnesville game when they played the Cowboys here. They had a big guy that you got into foul trouble. Big. I think he's a blonde-haired young man.
Zen, yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, he's a player.
Yeah,
yes. Heck of a football player too. Heck of an athlete. He is. He's one that when he's on the floor, he rises the level of the game for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. We were very impressed with him that night too. So I think, like I said, though, you got him into foul trouble, I think, and he spent a lot of the time on the bench, which helped you in that game. So.
Right, and that'd be perfect if we could get in that same situation.
I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. All right, and then. Coach, you got a lot of road games left here. I'm looking at your schedule here, and I wrote down you got 5 away games and 2 home games left. So the Cowboys are on the bus.
Yep. Back on the road again here. It's nice to get some home games here in that stretch after being on the road early in the season too to start. But now we're back at it. But from our point of view, I mean that's no issue to us. I mean those are tough games, competitive environment or hostile environment going into an opponent's home floor, and that's the stuff that gets you ready ready for March basketball, and then the staff recognizes that, the kids recognize that, so everyone's up for the challenge.
And I still remember the words you told me that, hey, we're still putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and I think they're coming together. Again, we looked also at something that I had looked at, and I know you can't or you shouldn't as a coach, but you look at the schedule. You played a lot of 2A or higher class teams, and you got a single A team here that's done pretty darn good against some of those bigger schools. So again, preparing you for the tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, this the narrative of the Cowboys season, could be extremely different if just a few of those games early on against, let's take Zimmerman for example, or just a couple of those ones where we were just short on the other end of things. We get a couple of those ones, it really changes the complexity of things that are going on for us.
Yep, absolutely. Coach Brian, you got anything else there for Stephen?
Kind of starting to play a little better or your best here at the right time. So kind of looking forward to how the season's going to end. And I think, like Joe said, you guys are going to be in the mix of some of these playoff games. You
Absolutely.
guys get yourself there, get the right matchups, and I think your season will prepare you for the playoffs.
I agree. Well, I'll tell you guys right now, I mean, I've seen what our crew is capable of, and we are still far away from our best basketball. We just got a couple things we got to clean up, especially on the offensive end. On the offensive end, we're struggling to make the right reads, right decisions. They're leading into turnovers, like we talked about, before we went on air here. A lot of those turnovers are kind of proven detrimental to us. Those are the ones that turn into touchdown turnovers, leading to run-out layups for us, and you can say that's a 2-point swing, or that's 2 points for them, but in my mind, that's a 4-point swing.
Yeah.
We have intentions of scoring the basketball in that possession. We don't even get a shot, so
Exactly.
in my mind, that's a 4-point swing every time we get a turnover.
Yep, big time. And sometimes players don't realize that it's that, and then now you get a turnover the next time. Now you're talking about 6 or more, and it just builds up.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, Coach, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, Stephen, you got anything else?
No, I just appreciate you guys having me on again, and continue to support the dedicated athletes.
Absolutely. We enjoy covering Breckenridge basketball, both boys and girls. So, again, good luck tomorrow night against Barnesville, and go up there and get one.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, Stephen Lipp, head coach of the boys basketball squad over in Breckenridge. And I think up next we've got Austin Emdick, Cowgirls basketball coach, coming up next. After this message, be right back.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
The Wapaton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wapaton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wapatondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
Reuters Butcher, Highway 75 North Breckenridge, believes in community, customer service, and the goodness of meat. Reuters Butcher provides quality raised and butchered beef at an affordable price. From raising cattle born on family farms to butchering and preparing the meat for your dinner table, they are that dedicated. Stop into their store located Highway 75 North Breckenridge or check them out online, BrudersButcher.com.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
It's not too soon to get ready for graduation, and Bold Print in Wahpeton is your graduation headquarters. Everything from signs, banners, invitations, and more. If you're looking for that special personalized gift, Bold Print offers custom canvas prints and framing, and new to Bold Print is their custom decal machine, which is great to promote your business. Give them a call today, 642-2188, or check them out online. Use boldprint.com.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giant's cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
How about that producer guy there putting on the Giants commercials just before we come back here, and the Giants coaches show? He's got it down, man. He's just, he's all about it.
Get Ralph out of here, I can get everything figured out. Ralph's trying to turn it into his own show.
Oh, I see. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The Jeff Ralph Show.
Exactly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, powered by Red River Communications and Channel 125, our own dedicated channel on Red River Communications, cable channel 125. Thank you, Red River Communications. And Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner, and we're now joined by head coach of the Breckenridge Cowgirls basketball squad, Austin Emdick. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Doing all right.
Yeah,
good.
I know, Austin, you came and helped me do the other night, the game with Coach Watson and the girls over there. Appreciate you coming in. Did a fine job.
It was a lot of fun.
Had a lot of nice comments about you, so good job.
Awesome.
He's trying to scout.
Thank you.
He's trying to scout for next year already.
Yeah.
They lost, so now he wants to get his scouting in early.
And he
get
wants,
as many games as
he wants
can.
your job.
Well, I mean, he can have it, I guess.
Better watch out.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Last Friday night, February 4th, the girls took a tough one on the chin against Holly, and you knew it was going to be tough there coming in, and they are a class ahead of you. They're a 2A class, but you wanted to compete, and I'm sure you did.
Yeah. Always things to take, away from losses too. There's good and bad, so just got to get to the film room, and we've done that the last couple days and been able to get back on track and kind of identify a few things that we're lacking in, and every day you've got to be a commitment to get 1% better, and that's kind of been the message to the girls lately, and we're chipping away. Hopefully we can keep her going.
Coach Gottenberg and the twins and right?
Yeah, Crabtree
twins. I couldn't think of the name. And then they had that other young lady that starts with an S.
The Steer girls. Anna Steer, and then her younger sister's a freshman.
So some good ball players there is what I'm trying to say, Coach. Yep. I'm sorry.
I think as far as Holly goes, I think they could win 8 AA. I really do. I think they're solid. I mean, and I said this earlier. When you got Anna Steer and then you got the Crabtrees, you can try to slow down 2 of them, but you're not going to get all 3. And it's a really tough task, and I haven't seen a team this year that's really been able to do it. And they're well coached, obviously, and it's a tough team.
Yep.
So
some of your leaders in that game there, I see you got the scorebook out there.
Yeah, let me go. We had Cameron with 14 that night, and Carsey had 12. Parker then was the third leading scorer with 7, and everybody else kind of just chipped in a couple there. But that was a lot of the scoring. I mean, there wasn't. We only had 45 that night, so there wasn't a ton to go around there.
Yep. But. All right, and then let's see. What the heck did I do here?
You went 2 weeks back on me there.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm way off here. I was looking at. All right.
It might help if you put those on.
Okay, that was Cowboys.
What you're looking at.
Sorry about that, Coach.
You threw me off guard, but I was ready for it.
You were ready. Look at him. He's smooth right through there.
Yep.
And
You're giving me a hard time about pushing buttons. You better
put my glasses on so I can read my notes. Good grief, Gertie. Okay, so Thursday, let's go back now. And Thursday is that the right page now?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Well, since there's only one game in between there, we might as well just say again that we beat Barnesville 50-41. We might as well throw that out there now.
Where did I miss that one?
Well, we talked about this, or we talked about about Barnesville already.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry game, so he wants to get that plug in.
That was a big one.
I got it. Okay. Chad, where's Chad Affield when I need him?
That's like you saying that we beat Breck this year. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the plug in.
Yeah. So did you. Chad Affield watching again as well, so I'm sure Chad's probably already texting me, Joe, come on now, you know better. All right, so I'm sorry, folks. We'll go back to Thursday, February 3rd. You went to Wheaton Herman Norcross. How about that? I got that right. Again, a tough team in Wheaton Herman Norcross, but you showed up well, looking at the scorebook here.
Yeah, it's a big section game for us. They're on the south half while we're in the north, but it was one that would have been nice for us to get a good section win there, and we battled. We're down 6 at half. We just really couldn't get any shots to fall that night either. And looking at it back here, we only went to the foul line once in the first half.
Wow.
And in the second half, we only went to the foul line 3 times.
Wow.
They sit in the 2-3 zone always. Always. They'll do a little 2-2-1 trap, back into a 2-3, and we got a little too complacent with just trying to shoot threes and just settling and for the most part they were good open shots, but when you got to put pressure on the defense and you got to whittle down a lead, you can't just sit and jack those, especially if they're not falling. I use the term or tell the girls often, what are you going to do to affect the game when your shot's not falling? And that's playing good defense. It's driving to the rim and getting fouled and go to the free throw line. So that's we got away from that too much, and they got a really good post over there. Briley Schultz, she's good. I think she's only a sophomore yet. She's 6'2" in the program, and you know what? She might be 6'2", actually. True. She's a big gal. She's strong. She's really improved. I actually, when we were shaking hands at the end of the game, I told her, I said, out of everybody in the area that I see as girls basketball players, I think she's improved more than anybody from last year at this point to this year. She's a really good player. She's talented. She had 15 against us, and the problem there was Cam got 2 quick ones early. Uh-oh. And then when she came back in, it was like, I can't get my third, so she was a little bit tentative, as a lot of kids would be. You see it even at the highest level of not wanting to get that next one. So then your defense isn't as good as it could be, or whatever. And so when Cam got a little breather, which is few and far between, I told her, I said, hey, you keep playing hard. You got to keep playing hard. Don't worry about that next one. We need you now. And Addie did well, filling in and guarding there too. Mm-hmm. But she's a really talented player, and that's really who hurt us. She had 15. We let their 3-point shooter get open in the second half twice, so she had 11, 6 of them coming in the first half. And then Alyssa Rinke, who it was kind of fun for the girls, or maybe even for Sydney, because Alyssa Rinke dates Colin Roberts. Oh, really? There was kind of a little connection there. And she had 11 points, and she was 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the first half. So they got to the free throw line and we didn't, and they out-rebounded us, and that was really the story of the game. We got a little sped up in that press and didn't handle it as well as we should have, and we weren't able to make the in-game adjustments, and that was kind of Friday's practice was, girls, we got to be able to make in-game adjustments and be able to adapt and pay attention in the huddle during the timeouts, and we were able to turn it around and got a good one on Saturday. So we lost 42-49 against Wheaton.
Good show.
It's a team that, if we see them in playoffs, I think we're eager. Right? We lost to them. We kind of got that that on them. That we want to get you next time. So
we know how to play you. Yeah.
We'd like to see them in playoffs. So.
Okay, all right. Now I'm going to look at both of you when I say this one, because you're both coaches, and neither one of you are very intense on the bench. But
I'm pretty relaxed.
Sure you are. Okay, so you just made the comment there, Coach, and I'm going to ask you that. They went to the foul line a lot, and you mentioned you didn't have very many fouls.
Mm-hmm.
Was it, how do I say this? Was it the right calls, or do you think it was favored one way or the and again, we're on record here, so I know you got to be careful. But it's just me as a fan and as somebody broadcasting games, it's like, okay, I can see it's one-sided.
Yep.
Was it that situation? I'm sorry, is that the wrong question?
I don't know. I think that I'll let you jump in a second, Coach. I think that we need to do a better job of getting into the lane. They're in the 2-3 zone. It's easy to settle in and just take those shots. Fargo North, the game that I called. Fargo North in the first half, they just sat and they jacked those threes. You were okay with that,
Yeah,
right?
I was totally fine with that.
Until the second half.
Until the second half.
Right?
They started making some.
But that's where we were at. We only made 1, 2, 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half, but that just wasn't enough. You know, the percentage wasn't there. So it was a little bit on us. The only other thing I'll say on that is I think Cameron Kaler gets fouled often, and she, for whatever reason, she just doesn't get the call. When she does her post moves in there, she's very technical, she has good footwork, she's very strong. And I don't know how to explain it any further than that.
I think sometimes it comes across as it looks like she's trying to draw the foul, and then they won't give it to her because they think, well, all she's just doing, like, she can just draw the foul. She's leaning in a little bit so she can create a little bit of contact. She's trying to draw the foul. I'm not going to give it to her if the contact isn't really there. And that's how I feel sometimes about our players is that, I mean, we play to get to the free throw line. We just do. We in order to win the game, some games in the EDC, we have to get to the free throw line. We need to get some girls in foul trouble. That's just what we need to do. But I feel like a lot of times the officials won't call the foul because they just feel like we're just trying too hard to draw a foul, and they won't give it to us.
So do you look at the scoreboard, Coach, and say, look at there, they've got 10 fouls and we've only got 3, or vice versa is what I'm trying to say.
I try not to because I think that's one where the officials go, they don't like that one.
They'll go the other way.
Yep. So I try to word it a little differently about, how, we're doing the same thing on our end. Why aren't we getting this call? I always try to make it a question.
Yeah.
I always make it a question to see, why wasn't it, or how can we, or things like that to try to make conversation, and always make it a question.
Yeah.
The fouls don't have to be even. If you're fouling, you're hacking someone. If you got 10 and the other team's got 3, then that's what it is. Or vice versa.
They don't need to be even. We're trying to get fouls. We're trying to get you in foul trouble, and there's a lot of times where we're successful with that. But at the same time, we're trying not to foul.
Yeah.
Where we don't want to send them to the free throw line. So yeah, in my eyes, I want it to be offset quite a bit on the scoreboard, and to me that's the way that it just should be based on the way that we're playing, because we're not trying to foul.
And I think naturally it does happen that let's try to keep them close, or I think it naturally sometimes happens non-consciously. But no, I don't know. As far as going back to Wheaton, I thought that
if they're in the zone,
we can't settle.
I think you can't settle.
I was going to say that.
You got to get it in the high post, and you got to try and attack from the high post. I mean, basically their zone did exactly what it was supposed to do. That's kind of sometimes
make you settle.
Make you settle, and if you're not making the shots, then it's going to be tough. And that's what you're playing. You're playing an odds game.
All right.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that was an interesting conversation for me as a fan, and I hope I didn't put you guys in a tough situation there to talk about that here on the air, but that'd be fun to sit down at a big round table and get a whole bunch of you guys talking about that kind of stuff.
As long as Ralph's not in it, then everybody else would be able to get a couple words in.
Someday we might have to do that, and we'll referee with Ralph, so we'll find somebody to calm him down. But all right, Coach, so again a tough loss there, and against Wheaton Herman Norcross, again a tough team in the south part of the section. But then on Saturday you traveled to Pelican Rapids and it got a nice win for the girls.
That was a huge one. That was a huge one, Joe, and we come away with a 41-33 win against Pelican. We were down 23-15 at half, so we outscored them. Is that math right? Math can't quite be right. We outscored them 26-10 in the second half.
Wow.
So we played a really good second half.
Defense shut down.
Defense shut down. They made 1 field goal in the second half. The rest of their points came from the free throw line.
Wow.
So just locked it down. coach's daughter, Morgan Korf, unbelievable player. She's an 8th grader. She plays AAU with Parker and Jonica during the summer. I might have said that last week, but unbelievable player. She is one of the best 8th graders I've ever seen in my life. I mean, she is just uber skilled. The change of pace, the ability to shoot, the ability to get to the rim. She's a really good player, and we held her to 1 field goal. Now she shot 6 for 6 from the line in the second half.
Okay.
But she made one shot in the first half, and that was it. And hats off to Anna Erickson, because we said, Anna, your job is to face guard her and just absolutely lock her down. You're the senior, she's the 8th grader. Prove it tonight.
Yeah.
And she did exactly that. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better performance. Number 44, Ellie Welch for Pelicans, also young. She's a freshman post. She's solid. She had 11 points, but she was the one that made the 1 field goal in the second half. And now I look at the book here, and this is the difference between Thursday and Saturday. We went to the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times just in the second half. That's huge. Yep. That's absolutely huge. And made some clutch shots. Abby Johnson had a really good game. She had 13. She led us. Cam had another solid game with 8. Parker had 5. Jonica had 4. Kelsey had 4. Carsey had 5, and Addie had 2. And in the first half, we just lost some open shooters. We gave up some second chance offensive rebounds again. We got out rebounded Saturday again. That's something we got to figure out. That's been a really big emphasis in practice. And Pat Riley said, no rebounds, no rings. And that's so true with this team. If we want to make a run in playoffs, we really got to have a concerted effort to rebound the ball. And we were watching some film today of the game on Saturday. There was multiple times where we took a shot and we had 2 girls past half court on the defensive end before that ball was even rebounded yet. It was still in the air.
I'm sure that was a discussion.
So we talked about that, and we do fullbacks and halfbacks, so our fullback always gets back, and that's almost always Carsey. But even Carsey's leaving too early still, and that was something we addressed in practice today, so hopefully that's kind of one of those aha moments, for the girls, and hopefully we can see some rebounding improve, tomorrow, parent and senior night, Thursday night, tomorrow at the home gym, so that should be a fun atmosphere against Frazee, and yeah, we got it. At the end of the day, we just got to rebound the ball.
Yep.
Take care of the ball, rebound the ball, get to the free throw line. Basketball's a simple game.
It's good you got the win being out rebounded. So that is a good thing. All right, so tomorrow night you're taking on Frazee at home. You just said it was a parent night, senior night tomorrow.
Parent night, senior night, we do them together this year.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's last time you played Frazee, and I know we aren't supposed to look at that, but you had a nice win at Frazee. You beat them by, I think, 19. So again, an opportunity for a nice win for the girls here on senior night.
Yep. One thing though is that Frazee is a really physical, gritty team, and you got to be ready. You got to be ready for that game. We can't be looking ahead past that game by any means, because every game in this conference is tough. And if you don't show up to play, or you're not mentally locked in, Frazee will get you. They're tough, they're physical, they're going to dive on the floor for loose balls. You never have to question their hustle and their effort. So you've got to be ready to play. But if we can execute, if we can guard like we did on Saturday, should be a good one.
Yeah, we got that one. Brian and I will be on that one tomorrow. We got that game here it's a 6:30 start.
It is 6:30. It's early.
Yeah, it's an early game. So it's an early game.
For any parents or whoever out there, it's C squad at 4. JV at 5, varsity at 6:30.
There was a reason that it moved up an early?
Frazee's traveling on a school night. I think that's the only reason.
That's about it. Yeah. Okay. So 6:30 tomorrow night, we'll have the pregame show on about 10-15 minutes ahead of that. So whenever that is there, depending on the length of the other 2 games. So we'll be there for that tomorrow night. And then Friday, you got to travel back to Perham.
Yeah. So. That's going to be a battle. They got us pretty good the first time. Their post really gave it to us. She scored 20, I think. So we got Cam back, though. We didn't have Cam for that first game. That's going to be a big difference. So where Cam and Addie can switch off of her, and Addie got in foul trouble against their post last game, and then we're kind of undersized trying to guard that post. So we got a few things up our sleeves that we can change things up from the first game, and that's the beauty of these conference games. You get 2 cracks at them, and who can make the adjustment, and who doesn't. So it's always travel to Perham. I love playing in that new gym. It's just beautiful. So it's always fun for me. Yep. Just creates that atmosphere of playoff type basketball, and we're getting about to that point in the season. So should be a good one. Hopefully take care of business tomorrow, and then all eyes to the travel Perham. So.
All right, and I didn't look at your schedule yet. I know the boys got 7 games left, 5 away and 2 home. So you're in that same ballpark, 5, 6, 7 games.
Yeah,
in there,
yep, somewhere in there. I don't know exactly where
so
we're
got
at.
a few more weeks with you.
Yeah. 1 game at a time, Joe. I'm just worried about tomorrow. So.
All right, now you sound like him. All right, Coach, you got anything else for Coach?
I'll be interested to call the game on Thursday tomorrow just to see the progression. Because I know I did a game earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we played them, so I'll just be kind of curious to see where they are now. And I just think, you know, same as the boys going into the playoffs, playing in their section and not actually in their conference, they're going to be headed to do some good things. So just got to be ready to play good basketball.
Yep. All right.
I got one thing I got to share.
Go ahead, man.
So that Thursday night game against Wheaton.
Yep.
Colin Roberts' girlfriend Alyssa Rinke drives to the rim, and Carsey's guarding her. And as she's going up, she caught a shoulder or her face or something. I think it was a shoulder more than likely. But she misses it. We get a rebound. We're going on a fast break on the other end. But Carsey's down on our end, holding their nose around the free throw line. And I yelled from the sideline. I said, "Carsey, toughen up. You're not coming out." And she did. She kept going down the court. She kind of took 2 possessions to, okay, I'm trying to hold these tears back and got a good, knock in the schnoz and trying to gather myself here. And she did. And she's playing defense, running up and down. Well, we finally sub her out, and I look at her, and her nose is just swollen. And I just kind of didn't say anything. I didn't want to freak her out, whatever. Say, "You okay?" "Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but I'm good." So she played the whole rest of the game.
Okay.
So we go on the bus, and I go back to her, and I shine my light. I said, "Close your eyes," and I shine my light on her face, and her nose is just absolutely swollen. And it looks a little crooked, but I think it's because of the swollenness that it looked crooked. So I said, "Carsey, you got to go get some x-rays." So she did. Sure enough, she's got a broken nose. So now Saturday she had to play with the whole face mask deal on, and that's something you got to get used to and whatever. But
not easy.
But it's just hindsight 2020. Now it's like I got Carsey with a broken nose out there who's been playing 4 years for me. Whatever, and know her very well, and that I wouldn't be able to say something to someone like that I didn't know them well enough and say toughen up, you're not type of deal. And she did. She toughed it out. Thank goodness she didn't take another bump on the nose, because that could have been not good. So now it's kind of the running joke. Just get tough, Carsey. You gotta battle through that broken nose. But now she's got the face mask and the whole 9 yards. But it was just kind of funny going back and how that all shook out. But
I saw her Friday. You guys were just finishing up practice when I was there setting up for the boys' game, and she had the face mask on when she'd go in, and she had it off, and I just happened to walk down, and she was standing there, and I said, "You broke a nose, huh?" "Yep." And she looks at me, and you could see it was still a little puffy, and then she had a little black and blue right there on the inside of her eye. So
now it's more yellow and purple, and it's just I think it changes colors every day. But I've never seen a broken nose where you didn't bleed. So I didn't even think about it in the moment. Oh, it's not bleeding. It can't, whatever. Sure enough. But
well, Carsey, get well soon.
Yeah, she'll probably have that mask on the rest of the year. But hey, it didn't much affect her Saturday. She played good D, hit a couple shots. Well, there we go.
Good for her. Good for her. Good for the Cowgirls again. I think 7-11 overall, I think, is what I've got.
Yep.
Okay. Again, tomorrow at home against Frazee, and we'll have that on Three Borders Sports Network. And then Friday, you travel to Perham. So we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night, Coach. And B-Dub and I will be there, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks for covering the game, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Austin Emdeck, head coach of the Cowgirls basketball squad. We'll see him tomorrow night on Three Borders Sports Network over at Cowgirl Gymnasium. So we'll be right back with the head coach of the Lady Huskies, Brian Watson, right after this.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 701-671-1338.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers more money for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Tom about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
It feels like you're at a bigger university. Right now I won't have any debt, and I might even gain a little extra money through scholarships. There's so many job opportunities. My name is Emily, and I'm here for my future.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, powered by Red River Communications, cable channel 125. Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson here, and Brian's doing all the producing tonight, and now he's going to also throw on his other hat here, and he's going to be the Lady Huskies head basketball coach. So thanks for joining me tonight, Brian, and thanks for being here as always.
Too many jobs tonight, Joe.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I'm going to put my glasses on so I look in the right.
There you go.
When I look for Lady Huskies, not the Huskies boys, like I screwed up with Austin there just a minute ago.
Well, that's cowboys and cowgirls even.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I just missed it.
Maybe you should write in different colors.
I traveled.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's what I should do.
Right,
well, usually I have separate sheets, but I didn't have time to make separate sheets for everybody tonight. But so I didn't have time to do that. So, all right, just go with me on that.
I got you.
All right, Lady Huskies head coach Brian Watson here tonight, and right now, Coach, you're tied with Fargo South at a record of 6-10, and right now you're tied with Fargo South, and South right now owns the tiebreaker.
They do own the tiebreaker, yeah. But there's a lot of games left here, so you know we've got enough games here where we feel like we might be able to move up 1, maybe 2 spots if we can get a little bit of help. 5 is probably out of reach now, but I think getting up to 6, if we can get a tie with Devils Lake, that would bubble us up to 6. We own the tiebreaker over them
because we swept them twice.
And then if somehow it's a 3-way tie, then it really gets messy. Because both us and South have 2 wins versus those opponents, and I don't know. It becomes messy then, and I think we would end up in the middle of that. I think South might end up winning that, just because they beat us twice, and I think when you get into points, they would own it. So it's just too much when it gets to 3 teams in there. So.
All right, so let's talk about Friday's game here against Fargo North. Great win there for the Lady Huskies, 63-58 winners over Fargo North. And we talked about it a little bit with Coach Emdeck here just a few minutes ago. Fargo North just could not hit a 3 in the first half.
No, I mean it was kind of weird. I mean, when we played them up there, their second half they made 2 field goals, and I think they only scored like 6 points in that second half or something like that, and they had a total of 26 points. So we felt like, you know, we kind of got away with one up there. We didn't think they'd shoot that poorly again. We didn't expect them to play that way in the game here at our place. But then they come out in the first half, and it was kind of a continuation of that, where, you know, they just didn't shoot. They couldn't make shots. They didn't shoot very well. You know, we played fairly well in that first half to be able to be up 26-11 at the half, and we felt like we were kind of on our way. You know, we just had to, you know, maintain and continue to play the way we were playing. We were flying around pretty good on defense and getting out on their shooters, and, you know, that has some effect. It's not like, you know, they were wide open shots that they were getting. We were contesting pretty well in the first half, and that had some effect. Second half, totally different story.
Yeah, it was a tale of 2 halves, and we've used that phrase a few times here on Three Border Sports, but it really was on that one too.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and you know, all of those shots that they missed in the first half, you know, they made them all in the second half. They ended up, I think, with 11 3-pointers for the game. Yeah, 11 made 3-pointers for the game, and some of them were tough. They were, you know, a couple steps behind. You know, we didn't defend as well in the second half as we did in the first half. You know, we played mostly zone in the first half, and like I said, we were able to cover, we were able to rotate and shift on any skip passes, and then we just weren't able to do it in the second half. And I think they kind of got to the mentality where we just need to start shooting threes, as many as we can, and if they start going in, good. If not, then, you know, we're trying to get ourselves back in the game. And they were able to string a few together, and then we had to change defenses. We ended up going man. You know, we were able to hold them off a little bit there, but then, you know, they think they cut it to 3. I think.
Yeah, I think
they cut it to 3. You know, and to our credit, we were able to kind of hold that off and play through that, because sometimes, you know, you're up by, you have a lead, and then now the team starts to come back, and then, you know, you just have this big, huge letdown. But I think we're to the point where we kind of understand that it's a game of runs. They had their run. We need to take a timeout. Okay, we're able to stretch the lead back again to 8 or whatever. All right, here they bring it back to 3. Okay, now we got to take a timeout. Now we got to make another adjustment and see if we can't stretch it out again. And we were able to do that, and along with that, we're able to make some free throws too, and you know, that allowed us to come out on top.
Yeah, and I think you even mentioned it in your post-game show after the North game. You mentioned it there about that, where they closed that gap to 3 points, and you talked about, in the post-game show anyway, you talked about the maturity level of your team, how they've gotten used to some of those games, and now they're finally figuring out, okay, this is how we close this out.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a totally different team. Now we're going to talk about the Red River game, so yeah, I have to be careful. But I felt like, and I even said that to them after the game. I said, I feel like we're becoming the team that I think that you are, and we are a more mature team, because I felt like, you know, truth be told, if we played that exact same game early in the season, I don't think we win that game. Yeah. I really don't. I think that, you know, they start to come back, we have a letdown, or we make some mistakes that, you know, we get sped up or whatever. But I felt like, and I told them this after the game too, you know, we're a totally different team now, and because of that, we matured and we were able to win that game. Whereas earlier in the season, I think we lose that game. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. You know, we got, you know, our scoring from multiple players as we have. You know, we had 3 girls in double figures. We were led by Scout Woods, and then McKenna Como had 13. Latea Lunenberg had 13. And then we get a couple girls right there just shy of double figures. And Mabanchis had 8. Lydia Motto had 8. You know, and that's kind of the way our scoring's gone. We have multiple girls who can score. We have different girls who lead us on scoring different nights. And it's been good, and our issues kind of come like they did in the second half, where we have some difficult times stopping people from scoring. We give up too many second chance points, and we turn the ball over a little bit. So those are all things that we have to work on and try and fix.
Yeah, so all right, let's move ahead now to last night's game here. Took a loss to Red River, 61-41. Coach, I guess, and again, I mentioned earlier, I know you don't want to talk about it because it's one of those things, but a second chance points, there was a lot of them. I don't keep track of it up there when I'm calling the game, but it just seemed like Red River got a lot of their own offensive rebounds and went up. And we did talk about it a little bit in the post-game show too, as well.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I think our official stats ended up, they had 20 offensive rebounds. I think it turned into 10 to 16. I can't remember. There's two different stats we looked at. Either 10 or 16 second. I take that back. 19 second chance points. So I mean, we lose by 20, and you take that away, and along with some of the 3-pointers that they made 9 3-pointers, and then we had 20 plus turnovers. That led to 16 points.
Yep.
So it's all stuff that we're giving them. Even if you keep them at the 9 3-pointers. The second chance points and the turnovers they're just killers.
Yep.
And Coach Lip talked about being 4-point swing. That's the way we look at it. It's a 4-point swing. 2 that you don't get and 2 that you give up. And for us, we just, after coming off a game in North where you feel like you've matured and you're taking that step forward, I feel like maybe we took a little bit step backwards there against Red River, because we played really well up there at their place, which is far more difficult to play a team like Red River at our place. And I felt like coming into the Red River game, even though they're ranked 5th in the state, 2 losses on the season, 2nd in the EDC, I really went into that game thinking we have a chance to win this game.
It's not like they're outsizing you.
No, they're not outsizing us, but to their credit, they do what they do, and we know what they do. They just wear you down. They're going to press you the entire game. They don't care if they foul you. They don't care if you score. They're just going to keep coming, and they wait for you to make that mistake, or you have that mental breakdown. And we had both of those and made mistakes. We had mental breakdowns, and it just led to let them just extend the lead, because we started out really well. We got jumped out to 6-0
lead.
I'm like, they had to take time out. I'm like, here we go. This is what we need.
Yep.
And then we're just not able to sustain that. We get tired, and then fatigue starts to set in, and we start making some bad decisions. And we put too many of those together. And once that happens against a team like that, this late in the season, they're just going to stretch out that lead.
Yeah, they went on a 19-2 run there after you went up 6-0 after that timeout, and that's what that was kind of the thing that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, it did, and then after that, because I think we went 10 possessions in a row there where we didn't score. After that, we with the exception of the last couple of minutes when we subbed out, we played the game even.
Yep.
So and that happened to us at Chanley, where we win a bunch of possessions in a row where we didn't score, and then we played even after that. We just can't have those lapses where we don't score, and it goes the other way too, because we were down 14 in the second half. And we get 7 stops in a row. Well, there's enough stops there for us to wipe out that lead, but we don't get any points out of it. We turn them over 7 times in a row. We get 0 points. We've got to get buckets out of that. We get 7 baskets out of those 7 turnovers. It's an even ball game.
Yep.
So we've got to be more effective within our defense when it does work to get something out of it, and we've got to work harder to get some turnovers and not have them be turnovers that are low in the post or in the court. We want those out front so we can turn those to easy baskets.
All right, Coach. Let's take a look here, looking at the future. One of your favorite places to go, up to Grand Forks Central. And you got Central Knights coming up here on Friday night. So a big game here for the Lady Huskies. They're all big from now on out. You got 4 games left, and this is one of the big ones.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to try and keep pace here with Devils Lake. Devils Lake jumped 1 ahead of us on Tuesday night. They beat North, so now they're at 7 wins, and then so we've got to try and keep pace with them. We go to Central, a team that we beat here at home. They've got a really good young freshman in Reardon, had 29 points on us. And we've got to go up there and try not to let them get in their comfort zone. You know, I think in the middle part of the game and later in the game here, they kind of got in that comfort zone. Reardon was really relaxed and just kind of in the flow, and we've got to prevent that from happening. If we can do that and continue to play the game the way we play, get multiple girls involved, get multiple girls scoring, and score some points, I think we can do some good things up there. But we're going to have to go up there ready to play. And sometimes, you know, that long bus ride up there, you have bus legs or whatever, you've got to try and be able to work those out. We're not playing at the regular time. We're playing at 6:30 because there's only 2 games, so they're giving us a chance to get back so we don't get back so late. You know, all that stuff plays in to just not being in that normal zone that you're in when you go on the road. So we have to kind of do some things a little bit different. We won't have a normal pregame meal. Those type of things. So, you know, we've just got to be ready to play and be ready to make those adjustments on Friday.
All right, and then you finish up with 3 home games against Valley City, a doubleheader with the boys that we talked with about Coach Ralph. Then you play Shanley and West Fargo. You finish up with West Fargo. And again, Shanley, West Fargo, and Valley City, you got a W. But again, 3 big games, and
I mean, there are games that we need to get. I mean, if we want to really put ourselves in a solid position and finish, you know, in that 6th position, solid 6th position, and be playing well, because, you know, if you finish and you're able to win out, then you're okay. We're playing good basketball. Let's go play it. Let's go get in the playoffs now.
Sure.
You know, because now we really want to start going. So we just need to put together some good basketball. We talk about it. You know, we're using the regular season to try and put ourselves in a position to, you know, first of all, win the conference. If you do that, you're certainly not going to have a playing game. And then, you know, if you are in that, you know, you're not winning the conference and you want to have a home playoff game. And then if you're not in that tier, then you want to have a home playing game. And that's what we're trying to get. And we're in position to get that home playing game. And, you know, that's big. You know, a lot of teams in our conference have to play a playing game. It's just the way that it is. 6 through 11 have to play in a playing game. And if we can, you know, take that 6th spot, be the top spot in the playing game, play that game at home, and see what happens after that. If you get yourself in that EDC tournament, it's win 2 before you lose 2, and anything can happen once the playoffs start.
Awesome. And wish you well. We don't have a coaches show next week due to the park board meeting, and I might be out of town too.
Yeah, you're going to be on the golf course. I don't really want to hear anything about that.
Anyway,
lose a bunch of golf.
So anyway, the Lady Huskies, by the time we talk next time in 2 weeks, maybe you'll have 4 more wins under your belt. That'd be great.
That would be all right. I'd take that for sure.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here when we come back. Brian Watson and I will be right back after these commercial messages here. We'll wrap up the coaches show for this week, and stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connect.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giant's cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, powered by Red River Communications, cable channel 125. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Joe Schreiner. That's Brian Watson. And Brian, we had another busy night tonight here, 6 coaches, including yourself. And Coach Brandt decided to head back to Fargo tonight with the icy roads. So
yeah, I don't blame him. I think he made the right choice there. So.
Yeah, and Coach Coach Bass filled in for Coach Wertzema, and Coach Patty Moses unavailable to come in with us tonight, and we appreciate Patty coming in last week and visiting with us. If you didn't get a chance to watch Patty, you can always go back to our YouTube channel and search for that one, and you can find that one from last week.
Yeah, the gymnastics team doing some good things this year, so it's great to have her in studio. So hopefully we'll have her again here before their season's done.
Absolutely, yeah, it was just fun to talk to her. All right, Brian, I got to give you credit.
For what?
You finally remembered to bring the Lady Huskies number 3 jersey. You've been doing that all season long. We've been trying to get jerseys from every coach.
Yeah,
you had one of the new ones, but you wanted to bring in a number 3, and you finally remembered.
I did. I wanted 3 for 3 borders, and if it's sitting on the dining room table, my wife is happy that I got them on the dining room table. So yeah, I got them in here. So
all right. Well,
Maya Max will be happy. It's her jersey.
That's hers.
Yeah, Haley Carroll will be happy too. It's her old number.
Sure it is. Yeah, that's right. Haley wore that one too.
So yeah, there you go.
All right. Then another thing we want to mention here is off the cuff. We're going to be filming one of those coming up shortly. I thought we were going to do it here this last week, but some logistical things.
Yeah. We got because of the show that we're going to do. We got to get there's some pieces that have to fall into place, so we have to wait a little bit. In order to some people out of town that we want to interview, things like that. So we just have to wait to get that thing filmed, and I think we're going to try to do that thing live.
I think we're going to do that live, the way it sounds. So you're good at that. Then again, just another announcement: no coaches show next week, as we already talked about. Park board meeting for you.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow night we're over in Breckenridge. You and I'll have the Cowgirls game against Frazee. The Frazee Hornets come to town, and looking forward to that. Grant Davis is going to run the camera for us, and you're going to take a little bit. Be able to focus a little bit more on your color.
I'm going to try to. We'll see what happens.
Oh, you'll do fine.
We'll see what happens.
All right, and then on Friday, we've got the Wahpeton boys taking on Grand Forks Central here, so we'll have that on Three Borders Sports Network. Raleigh will cover that game for us, and Brian, you'll be heading up to Grand Forks yourself with the Lady Huskies.
Yep, that's a fun trip.
All right, and then Saturday, scheduled is the BW Blades hockey game against Lake of the Woods. So
Raleigh and I will have that call. You'll be in sunny Arizona.
Yeah, tea time is 11:02 actually.
Don't hit your ball in the desert.
No.
Okay, if you do, take a 7-iron with you. Be ready for the snakes.
I ain't going where there ain't no snakes. That ain't gonna happen. Joe don't do snakes very well. All right, our season is wrapping up here on Three Borders Sports Network. We've had a busy year. Again, February 19th, we're doing the 5 games, all 5 boys basketball games at NDSCS for the Class B Bonanza.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And that'll be good. Looking forward to that too as well. I'll be back for that in time.
There you go.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. Just looking forward to, wrapping up, getting towards the end of the season here.
It's crazy.
We talked to some other coaches about how fast it starts to go, but it's going fast and furious here. So
yeah, we're getting toward the end. We're talking tournament time here coming up, and as Raleigh gets excited when it's March Madness time, and so he's looking forward to it too, as well as we are here at Three Borders Sports Network. For my partner Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner. We'll say good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow night from Cowgirl Gymnasium as the Cowgirls take on the Frazee Hornets. Good night, everybody.